What is up, guys? My name is Sprits'N, and today we're going to be talking about the top 10 best fall weather fragrances. And of course, y'all knew this video was going to come, so let's hop right into the video. So at number 10, we're going to start off with a rather cheap fragrance, and that is Afnan 9 p.m. Of course, everybody knows about this fragrance because it has been hyped to oblivion on TikTok and on YouTube Shorts and everything like that. But it is an apple and vanilla sweetness fragrance. It kind of smells super sweet, like candy, little synthetic sweetness. It's not overly synthetic, but you definitely can tell it's there. It's supposed to be a dupe or clone of Jean Paul Gaultier's Ultra Ball. The only issue with this one is it's definitely sweeter and it is a little bit more synthetic. Very wearable, very easy to find, very easy to afford. This is a great fall weather pick and honestly deserves that spot at number 10. At number 9, we're going to have a fragrance that I've purchased within the last 3 months, Prada Luna Rosa Ocean Eau de Parfum. Now, why did I pick this fragrance? Well, it offers a different type of fall weather fragrance vibe. I mean, it's citrus with woods. It's got a little bit of spice in there. So this is a fantastic fragrance for if you're looking for something a little bit fresher. Oftentimes when you're getting those fall weather fragrances, they're usually super spicy, super sweet, or something of that mix. And this one is definitely something to shake it up a little bit. For a fragrance that's pretty reasonably priced, decent quality, smells good, and it's a little bit fresher than other fall fragrances. Honestly, it is a nice choice to have at number 9. Sticking with the theme of fresh fragrances, we have at number 8 Chanel Allure Homme Sport Super Légère. Now, of course, I just recently reviewed this fragrance, and that is a video that you can go back and watch the full review for. But this is a mainly citrus and woodsy fragrance, just to say the least. Very much orange, I think maybe some lemon in there as well, possibly grapefruit, I'm not sure, but I know it's just really citrusy. You immediately pick that up. Those woods come through as well, so it's really a pretty masculine fragrance. It's not, like anything like leather, but it's still very masculine in how this fragrance is. And that freshness is honestly perfect for a year-round scent. This one just particularly I feel like would do really well in the fall weather. Now, this fragrance in particular is one I already complained about. It kind of sucks as far as uniqueness goes. I mean, I personally feel like this is one of the best fresh fragrances on the market as of right now. And this fragrance actually smells amazing in the air, and the atomizer is fantastic. But with it being one of the best fresh fragrances, it's kind of, lacking some uniqueness. I personally feel like Chanel's knocking it out of the park with some fresh fragrances, but honestly, they need to steer away from the super casual everyday wear fragrances. Give us something new. At number 6, we have a fragrance that I bought in the summer and I've just been waiting for the perfect time to wear it. And I've been wearing it even in the summer, but now is the real perfect time to wear it. It is Hugo Boss The Scent Absolute. Now, I think this one has some sort of spice, maybe ginger of some sort and some fruitiness in it. Honestly, it gives me a vibe of the Afnan 9 p.m. If you tone up the masculinity, tone up the maturity of that fragrance, tone down the sweetness, tone down the synthetic nature of it, that's what this one is. It's just really, honestly, a really good fragrance. And it's not the best fragrance, but as far as spice fragrances go, this one is honestly in a completely different category. Now, I have smelled and I have some spicy fruit fragrances, which we'll get into in a moment. But this one right here is a completely different vibe. If you're a guy that's looking for something fruity, something spicy, and masculine at the same time, honestly, you might need to check out Hugo Boss The Scent Absolute. At number 5, we have a fragrance that is still fantastic in the way that it smells. It may not be worth the price that it's currently priced at. La Nuit de l'Homme from the brand YSL. Now, this is a cardamom fragrance. Honestly, the cardamom pioneer, it's this in the one eau de parfum used to be going head to head for the top date night fragrance, and they topped all the lists for the best fall fragrances. I've always preferred La Nuit de l'Homme over the one, but I digress. Now, the La Nuit de l'Homme fragrance, its cardamom is so much, it's very spicy, and it's not overly sweet. This one has no vanilla, I don't believe, in the note breakdown at all. So you're getting just a pure spice fragrance with very mild sweetness. It's sweet, but just the right amount of sweetness. And honestly, for that reason, it deserves its spot at number 5. So at number 4, we have something that's gonna always top my fall and winter fragrance tier lists, and that is the entire Spice Bomb lineup, but particularly the infrared fragrances. Why? Well, the infrared fragrances, in my opinion, own the fall weather better than all the rest of them. The infrared original eau de toilette, this one is going to be a sweeter one. It's got some fruits, some red fruits, some spiciness from cinnamon. Oh, perfect cinnamon fragrance in my opinion. But some spiciness from cinnamon and some peppers. And it's got a little bit of saffron, I believe. But honestly, I can't pick up that note too much. And then it has some smokiness from tobacco. And that fragrance is what started my fragrance journey. And to this day, it is a perfect fragrance. There was nothing I would change about the infrared eau de toilette, except for maybe make it last a little bit longer. And then you have the infrared eau de parfum, which is very similar to the eau de toilette. But again, tone it down, make it more masculine, make it less sweet, add a leather note in there. And that's what you get when you pick the eau de parfum. That fragrance is fantastic as well. And for when you're looking for a more serious occasion, not so casual in the fall, I would pull out the infrared eau de parfum. But in my opinion, the eau de toilette is the better of the two. Guys, I just realized I was saying the numbers all wrong, but it's all right. La Nuit de l'Homme is supposed to be number 6, and the Spice Bomb fragrances are supposed to be number 5. And so, at number 4, we have a fragrance that I think is better than all of its predecessors, Versace Eros Flame. Now, why did I not put the original Versace fragrances, or the Versace Eros fragrances? Because personally, those smell terrible on my skin, like straight up sour milk almost. Not a fan of those ones, how they smell on me. On other people, they smell amazing. But because I can't rock it, we ain't even putting it on this list. Now, Versace Eros Flame is basically similar to those, but it's got a stronger citrus and stronger spicy note to it. And I think it uses a little bit of sandalwood in there as well. So if you take some lemon, I believe, calm sweet lemon with some vanilla and some sandalwood, honestly, very easy, dumb reach. And that would be my everyday casual wear for the fall weather. Very affordable, very high quality for what the price is, and honestly it's a big compliment puller as well, just like every single fragrance on this list, but that one is perfect for what it is. And now we're getting a little bit more expensive. At number 3, we have Xerjoff Naxos, a fragrance for some reason I still have not purchased, but one day maybe I will. Now this is a very sweet honey note in the beginning with a little bit of floral freshness, and then as it dries down it picks up some smokiness from some tobacco. Now the honey note in there, it's honestly very honey-like, of course, who would have guessed, but the floral notes kind of have like this outside vibe, like smelling plants outside. That's really what it smells like. Honey sweetness outside, a little bit of smokiness. It's definitely a niche fragrance, and even though I think it is pretty mass appealing, there is going to be a lot of people that just get turned off by this fragrance. As far as I'm concerned, that is a perfect fall weather fragrance if you're looking for elegance. So for my personal list, that deserves its number 3 spot. At number 2, we have a fragrance absolutely nobody is surprised for, Parfums de Marly Late In. Of course, another fragrance that's always in the fall and winter tier list. Of course, the apple, vanilla, cardamom spice fragrance. Perfect blend. Has that mentholic, minty vibe to it. Nobody, or at least I don't really know what exactly that note is in there that's causing that, but I think it smells perfect. I wouldn't change a single thing about that fragrance. Love the notes and how they blend together. It performs very well on my skin. Big compliment puller. I've never met somebody that just didn't like the smell of Parfums de Marly Late In. That being said, of course, it is a much more expensive fragrance than the rest of the ones on this list. I don't think it's more expensive than Naxos, but it's still expensive. So you may not pick that one up, and it is very common, so you may smell that pretty often in a while. But as far as I'm concerned, that one always is going to deserve a number 2, 3, or 1 spot in these lists. And at number 1, we have a fragrance that captivated my attention the moment I smelled it. Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male Elixir. Starts off with a minty, honey kind of vibe to it. And some people say they can't smell the mint and that I'm making stuff up. Now, mind you guys, I would never make up stuff about what I can smell. If I can't smell something, I'm gonna just straight up tell you I can't smell it. If I don't like something, I'm gonna tell y'all I don't like it. This is a camera. What are y'all gonna do to me? I mean, I'm just telling you my opinion, and as far as I'm concerned, the minty note, it's very strong in the opening, but definitely dries down some. That honey note is perfect as well. Then it dries down with a tobacco and amber sweetness. And honestly, perfect fragrance as well. Easy, dumb reach for me. Honestly, when I don't know what to wear, sometimes I just pick out that one. So as far as I'm concerned, it earned its number 1 spot, and that completes the list. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe and leave a like on this video. And also, of course, I know I did not get to everybody's favorite fragrances. So leave down below in the comments what your personal top 10 or top 5 favorite fall fragrances are. That's all I have for you guys. I will see you in the next one.